Hey, what is up, everybody out there in the internet community? I am here to talk about some wrestling stuff. I am not going to be talking about wrestling from the past, from like 2 months ago, like I have been. I am actually going to be talking about wrestling, at least from yesterday. It's not going to be from the present exactly, but at least from yesterday. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to catch up, and pretty much I was going backwards and trying to go forwards, but that really wasn't working out too well. Had I been more proactive on it, maybe it would have, but it just didn't work out that way. So I'm just going to be watching up to now from the present. You know, I missed it, and it happened. Now, to kind of explain, I am going to explain this when I bring back the Aftershock Corner, because I think everyone deserves an explanation when the Aftershock Corner comes back. I really didn't want to stop watching wrestling. It just kind of happened. Pretty much I went through a really bad depression in the summertime, and I lost all my passion for school. I lost all my passion to take care of myself, and I lost all my passion for wrestling. So I really wasn't not enjoying the product. I just was going through a really rough time, and I just, was not really happy. I just was depressed. So, But I finally, I went to North Carolina this summer, as everybody knows, and I finally, turned back to like my old self, but I also got a little bit mixed into my new self in. So, it was great to be back. It's great to be back doing this stuff again, and I'm hoping I never go through that ever again, but you never know in life, but we're going to have to wait and see. So, let me talk about Backlash, because that's what you guys have clicked on this video to see. Let's talk about Backlash. I am going to be reviewing Backlash. Now, I know my wrestling analysis isn't going to be the greatest, because I haven't watched religiously, like really, I kind of fully stopped watching in fucking May. However, I am going to do the best that I can to try to give my opinion on it. I haven't really been keeping up to date. I only know from what I saw from Backlash, from what I saw last night with hype videos and all that stuff. So, you're going to have to excuse me. So, let's talk about Backlash. So, obviously, this was the first pay-per-view since the brand split. Now Smackdown and Raw both have their own pay-per-views, so that's all fine and good. I'm just going to silence my phone real quick because it's going to continuously go off. Alright. So yeah, pretty much SmackDown has its own pay-per-views and Raw has its own pay-per-views, and I think that's fine. I think, if you want to have that branded section, you want to have Raw and SmackDown being a competition, why not have it have its own pay-per-views? I think that's fine. I think it makes perfect sense to me. It's a good way to keep Raw and SmackDown separate from each other, and I actually kind of like it that they're going to do the separate pay-per-views. So let's talk about this stuff. So obviously, I know... I'm going to say I did watch the draft show last night, and I am going to say SmackDown got completely shafted in the draft. It pretty much went all in Raw's favor, which kind of sucks. And then I kind of I watched tonight's episode of Raw, and Raw's roster just looks so much better than SmackDown's. It's not even funny. It's just sad. So, let me talk about this show. I'm going to go through point by point what happened. I'm going to go off memory. Now, obviously, I'm trying to be better about what I talk about on this, because usually I go over every single thing, every single spot, every single match. I don't want to do that, because then there's no point, it's pretty much like you're watching the pay-per-view. I want this to be a review show, because that's what it should be. But, what I am going to do, though, however, is I am going to do that in this video, just because it's been so long since I've talked about the current state of the current wrestling product, so I am going to do that. So we had the pre-show. We had the Renee Young, Booker T, Jerry the King Lawler, and Lita on the panel. I like that Lita's being more involved with wrestling. I think she has a good mind for the business. She really has an awesome mind for it, and I think that's great. So, We had some stuff happen in the pre-show. We had the Q&A with Heath Slater and Rhino, which was hilarious. I love them because they're doing this whole tag team tournament thing that I'll talk about later on in the night, and they're asking, and they were just hilarious together. I think they're a great comedy tag team. You got Rhino that's trying to be serious, but Heath Slater's being funny, and I think that was hilarious. And what else did you have on the show? You had Daniel Bryan talking to Apollo Crews backstage, and Daniel Bryan, because Daniel Bryan's the general manager of SmackDown now, and Daniel Bryan is talking to Apollo Crews and is saying that that he should be more funny. He's too serious. He's got to get down. He's got to dance, which kind of scares me because I think he's going to be the next dancing black guy. I know that sounds really racist to say that, but that's kind of how WWE treats their black wrestlers. They're dancing. They're driving. It's just stupid. Like, they always have them rapping or dancing or loving chicken or all that stuff. It's fucking stupid. So, yeah, so we had, and then Baron Corbin comes up and he's upset that he wasn't on SmackDown last week, even though he beat Dean Ambrose clean. He pinned the WWE World Champion, because now they're calling it the WWE World Championship. And, he wants to be on the pay-per-view. He wants something done about it. So Daniel Bryan puts Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin in a match together. And Daniel Bryan, I think it's going to be, I haven't seen him as a general manager, but I think him as a general manager can work. From what, I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm saying can because I haven't seen it. Because number one, the fans love Daniel Bryan, so they would never get sick and tired of seeing Daniel Bryan. And it seems like he could be a good authority figure because he's a babyface. Because we've been having heel authority figures so often with the Authority, with Eric Bischoff and all that. You don't really get to see a babyface authority figure, and I think I like that Daniel Bryan's that babyface authority figure. So then we get that match though between Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin, and this was actually a really good match. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good match. Both superstars really put forth effort out there. Apollo Crews has improved so much since NXT, and he's really improved. I think working with Dolph Ziggler, a guy that had experience, and working with guys like Dean Ambrose, Apollo Crews has actually really improved. Not Apollo Crews. Baron Corbin is actually really improved since being called up from NXT and all that stuff. He's actually booked to just go out there. He hurt people. And he doesn't care, he has a great gimmick where he doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't care about what you've accomplished on the indies. All he cares about is, going out there, winning championships and making money and becoming famous. And I like that. And Apollo Crews, I'm going to say this because I've been telling this, I think he could be a really good, big star in the main event scene. I think he could be awesome. I like Apollo Crews. I think he could be the first ever black WWE World Champion. I think he has he is a really good athlete, and he's really just a good athlete, and he's a good he makes it feel like it's a real it's a legitimate sport, and he has the good story behind him to hold the belt, and he's just he really is good on the mic. I think he's good at promos, so I like Apollo Crews. And Baron Corbin won the matchup via end of days. I guess that I guess that makes sense. You want to have Baron Corbin go over because he did beat the WWE World Champion a couple of weeks ago. But with what happens later on in the night, I kind of don't understand it, I guess. And I think this match should not have been on the pre-show. They should have had a feud and moved it up to the main show because Apollo Crews, I believe, was just feuding with The Miz over the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam, and Baron Corbin is winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He's on the pre-show, so it's like, what is that? And there was other matches on this show that belonged on the pre-show, and this match was good enough to be on the main show. So then we had the real show itself. We have the terrible commentary team of JBL, Mauro Ranallo, and David Otunga. JBL is JBL on commentary. I've talked about, he's terrible on commentary. He's bland. Mauro Ranallo's great on commentary. He's a great play-by-play guy. He gives He does a great job giving you facts about the business. I like him. David Otunga's just terrible. He overreacts to every move. Every time somebody does a move, he's like, wow! This is great! What a great move right there! Wow! It's just like, shut the fuck up. But, yeah, so I hate the commentary team. I feel bad for Mo Wanala because he's pretty much carrying it. And the other guys don't even say something half the time. It's so fucking annoying. So then you have the Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan come out, reveal the championships. I hate the way the championships look. You got the and they call them this. So it's the first match. We had the Smackdown Women's Championship 6-pack elimination match. And the fact that they're calling it the Smackdown Women's Champion just shows how uncreative they are. They don't even really care enough to come up with a new name, and they don't even care enough to come up with a new design. It's pretty much the women's title, except it's just painted blue. It's fucking stupid. So it's like, you really could have called this anything you want. In my opinion, I don't even think you should have 2 women's championships. I think either the woman should go to Raw or be just on SmackDown, and you have like the woman should just be on one show and you just showcase the woman, or you could have the woman be on both shows and have the woman's title. If you're the women's champion, you get to go on both shows. Which I don't know if that should be the case either, just because of it can you could take a risk of becoming champion. So what I'll say is just have the woman be on one show, and I maybe say Raw just because I would prefer them to be on Raw. Actually, I would say maybe SmackDown, because it's kind of tough. Like, you could have one be on one show and one be on the other. And I'll talk about that. So we had this match for the women's title. It was to crown the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. You had Nikki Bella, who's returned from injury. She returned at SummerSlam. You had Alexa Bliss, who's been called up from NXT, which is kind of weird because she had like no matches when she was down in NXT really anymore, so I don't know why she was called up. Carmella, who is a heel for some reason, and she's kind of feuded with Nikki Bella because she feels like Nikki Bella, I don't really know why they're feuded, but I guess Nikki Bella has this big ovation, and she feels like Nikki Bella should just be knocked down a few pegs. It's kind of weird. I really don't care for that, you know. I think Nikki Bella should actually be the heel and Carmella be the babyface, because one, Carmella, there's nothing different about her, and she's just I personally think she should be with Enzo and Cass, because I think she was great with them, but yeah, it's just kind of weird that she's a heel, because she's the exact same character, and she's over and she's a heel. And Nikki Bella's a natural heel, I think. I mean, she can be a baby face, but I think Nikki Bella is more of a heel to me. So we had Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Naomi, who's a baby face now, and she comes out, and she has this actually pretty cool entrance where she's like, has like her jacket's lit up like green, and she's doing like this dancing like she's a stripper, which is kind of cool. Natalya, who I like Natalya, probably the best wrestler in that match, and Becky Lynch. This match was a fucking clusterfuck. It really was. Like, I think, like, I don't know if my ADHD kicked in or if there was ADHD going on all over this fucking match, but it was like it was a clusterfuck. Like, it did have its moments here and there, but this match was just fucking boring. It was slow. It took a while. Like, Naomi did this dive, but it took her, like, fucking 2 minutes to do it. You had this point where all the women were throwing each other out of the ring. When it's an elimination match and they're throwing each other out of the ring for no fucking reason. It made no sense. And then you have the woman, even JBL pointed this part out, breaking up pinfalls when it's an elimination match. It made no fucking sense. So yeah, it was garbage. But I liked the match. I mean, I didn't really like. I shouldn't say that. I just didn't really care for it. You know, it was a clusterfuck. So let me talk about the eliminations. Alexa Bliss got eliminated. I forget how, but she was the first one eliminated. I think Naomi eliminated her or something, but I don't even know how she got eliminated. I don't even think it was with a finisher, which was kind of sad. But I will say, though, that at least everybody got to get their stuff in. Nobody looked weak in this match. Like, nobody got, like, completely eliminated out and didn't really get to do anything. At least everybody got to do something. I'll say that. That was something that was good about this match. I think she got eliminated by the, Natalya, by the Doomsday device, but instead of doing, by the neck break, instead of doing the clothesline, Natalya had her up on the shoulders, and Naomi did a neck breaker, so I think that's how she got eliminated. And then Natalya eliminated Naomi with the sharpshooter. And when Naomi tapped out, she didn't really tap out with any passion. She just kind of went. Naomi's definitely someone that's been underrated by this division as well. And well, in this company anyways. And then you had I don't remember how Natalya got out, not gonna lie. Like I really don't. I think Nikki Bella eliminated her with a forearm, I think. And then Carmella hit a roll up on Nikki Bella, and which makes sense that you have Carmella eliminate Nikki Bella because that continues that feud. So I kind of liked how they did that. Then right afterwards, Nikki Bella just slaps the shit out of her, and Carmella like overreacts, and the commentators overreact like she was viciously assaulted when all she did was get slapped. It made no fucking sense. And it came down to Carmella and Becky Lynch, and Carmella all she really did was just slap Becky Lynch for a while. It was terrible. And Becky Lynch gets her in the disarmer and taps, and Carmella taps out, so Becky Lynch becomes the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. I thought that was good. You know, you had the right person win, and they were building it up for a while. And Becky Lynch was always in that spot, but never really got to get the title because it was always somebody like Charlotte, Sasha Banks, or now Bayley standing in her way. She was right there in NXT, but then she got caught up way too soon, in my opinion. And then you had her to just be lost in the shuffle with when Charlotte got the Divas title. So I like the fact that Becky Lynch, now her being on SmackDown, she can finally win that Women's Championship. Problem is, there's nobody. I really kind of wish she was on Raw though, so we could see that 4 horsewoman fatal 4-way match with Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. But now we can't fucking see that because of the brand extension. Which is kind of like a selfish thing for me to say. And afterwards, she talks about she has like a victory celebration. Like it was supposed to feel like a special moment. I guess maybe because like with the match that she wanted from, it didn't really feel like it was a special moment. It just kind of felt like it was this, like yay, you won the title. It didn't really feel like it was anything special. So then we had we had a second chance match. It was a second chance match. It was the Hype Bros, who Mojo Rawley's now up on the main roster, which I like, versus the Usos, who are now heels. So pretty much that lately they've been having a tournament to decide the first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And they've been having superstars like the Vaudevillains. They've been having superstars like the Ascension. Well, tag teams like the Ascension, the Usos. Jordan, Team American Alpha, which I like the fact that they're on the main roster, because when I was watching in NXT, they were so over. You had the Hype Bros, you had, I believe, the Headbangers, and Rhino and Heath Slater, which I'll get into why they were in the tournament in a couple of minutes. So, pretty much, this match wasn't originally supposed to happen. Team American Alpha originally defeated the Usos in like 30 seconds. But what happened was the Usos finally snapped. They finally turned heel, which was definitely something that was a long time waiting. I think the Usos should have turned heel a long time ago. They were babyface since 2011. I don't know when exactly they turned babyface, but they were babyface. I believe they went to SmackDown from the draft before, and they were babyface. So I like the fact that they're heels now. And it makes sense why they're heel. You know, they feel like that they were disrespected by the fans, and they feel like that they weren't treated as much of a top tag team as they were when they were tag team champions and all that stuff. I think that makes sense, and it really does make sense. I like that fact that they're heels now. You know, and they just come out now, dude. They don't do this the big entrance that they did before. Now they just come out. They're all business, and they I think work as heels now, and I think they don't have they still got the same theme song. And I think they will change that eventually. I think they just didn't have the time yet. And they have the new they don't come out with the face paint anymore. They're just all business now, and I like it. You know, I think the Usos could be the top heel tag team right now, which is awesome. And you had this match, and it was a good tag team match. I really enjoyed it. It was good. I liked it. You know, it wasn't anything special, but good. Maybe this is the match, though, that should have been on the pre-show, because this didn't really feel like a pay-per-view match. It felt like a pre-show match. And I like this match. That shoulder block that Mojo Rawley did to both Usos on the outside was awesome. And the Usos decisively destroyed Zack Ryder, which was cool. And then Mojo Rawley came in, got the hot tag, got his stuff in, and the Usos beat clean in the middle of the ring, Zack Ryder with the submission move. He got him into like a half Boston crowd with the arm hooked, and he tapped him out. And before that, they do this thing now where Jimmy Uso holds him up into like a suplex position, and the other Uso drop kicks him. So, I like it. This was good. The Usos advanced, which made sense because you knew the Hype Bros weren't advancing, and I liked it. So then the next matchup on the show, I believe, was the Intercontinental Championship match. Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. And this feud pretty much is happening because on an episode of Talking Smack, Daniel Bryan was talking about how The Miz wrestles like a coward. He always goes out and does his movies. He never defends the Intercontinental Championship. He doesn't take wrestling seriously. And The Miz just gets pissed and says, that all you guys talk at home and you can talk crap about me when I'm out here living my dream. And he tells Daniel Bryan that he can't even wrestle anymore. And they've been treating The Miz like a good, aggressive heel. He's actually kind of acting more like a babyface, but he's been great, from what I saw. I think he's been awesome. When Dolph Ziggler got his Intercontinental Championship match, and he kind of talks about how he's a coward, and The Miz is like, why are you getting an Intercontinental Championship match? You haven't won a match in a month, and all of a sudden you get an Intercontinental Championship match, which is kind of the stuff that I talk about, how wins don't matter in wrestling. It's the stuff that my friend John Tuddy talks about. I like that, that he mentions that. And they're having an Intercontinental Championship match. And I kind of didn't really get the whole thing, though. Now, maybe it's because I haven't watched it in a couple of months. Where they were saying that it was a must-win match for Dolph Ziggler. Like, at first I thought he was, going to, walk out of the company if he lost or something. So I didn't really know what was going on there. But whatever. And, The Miz, before the match, is backstage with Daniel Bryan, and he wants to renegotiate his contract. He wants more stuff added, but Daniel Bryan refuses. So The Miz says he's going to go fight for his match first, but after this, he's renegotiating his contract. And it seems like they're trying to build up a match between Bryan and Miz, but I don't think they're doing that because it wouldn't make sense because Bryan's injured. So I think what's going to happen is somebody will get called up from NXT, maybe Samoa Joe or Austin Aries, and Bryan will say, this guy's going to face you for the Intercontinental Championship. He deserves it, and they'll get called up from NXT. Because I think you got to do some NXT call-outs for Smackdown, because Smackdown does not look good. So you have this Intercontinental Championship match, and I liked it. Miz and Dolph Ziggler always tear it up when they have a match. And The Miz actually looked really good in this match. I thought he was good. He got the good heel heat, and he actually had a good moveset in this match. He usually isn't the best. I really don't like The Miz in the ring. He's usually just pretty terrible. So he was actually really good in this match, and he won via heel tactics, via Maurice spraying him in the eyes with the hand sanitizer, I believe. Well, air freshener or whatever it's called. And Miz hits the skull crushing finale and wins. It was good. I liked it. Those points I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to win this matchup, because of that because of him saying it was a must-win. So, I liked this Intercontinental Championship match, and I kind of hope they continue doing what they're doing with The Miz, and I would like to see The Miz hold this belt for a while. And then we had the next matchup. It was Bray Wyatt. He was supposed to have a match with Randy Orton, and I don't like what I'm about to talk about now, but pretty much what happened is Bray Wyatt attacked Randy Orton because Randy Orton, I hear, was still injured from his match with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, which I did check out, which I loved the matchup. So they had Bray Wyatt take him out backstage and completely injure him. And it started out really well. I was like, okay, this is cool. They're building up Bray Wyatt as a threat to Randy Orton, which we know when it comes to a feud, Bray Wyatt's never a threat. He always starts off looking at least somewhat strong, and then all of a sudden he'll lose the feud. We know he's not going to come out of this feud looking good because it's basic Bray Wyatt feud psychology. Whenever he's in a feud, he doesn't win. He can't win. He didn't win his feud with Cena. He didn't win his feud with The Undertaker. He didn't win his feud with Roman Reigns. All that. So Bray Wyatt comes out and pretty much wins via forfeit since Randy Orton can't compete. So they announced that he's going to have a no-hold-barred match against Kane. And this Match wasn't really good. It was just kind of a slow match, and it was just, you know, I think Kane's time is done now. I think Kane just kind of needs to go away. I like Kane and all, you know, I like Kane, you know, but he's just kind of getting old. He's get starting to get fat, and he's just kind of there now. He's really just filler. Both Kane and the Big Show are just fillers. So I think you need to I think Kane needs to retire, which I hate saying that because I love Kane, but it's just the facts. But they, I guess, the match was slow paced, and it just wasn't a very good match. It was like a basic no DQ match you would see now in 2016. So then Bray Wyatt's doing good. You know, he's gonna get ready. You know, he's gonna get ready to hit the Sister Abigail on Kane when Randy Orton comes out, and Bray Wyatt gets distracted by Randy Orton, and he comes in, hits the RKO out of nowhere, and then Kane chokeslams him and beats him. Like, what the fuck's that? Like, he literally takes out Randy Orton, and he's fucking coming out fucking later on in the night and fucking him over. Like, I guess he wanted to get his comeuppance, but there was so many ways you could have gone about it than what you fucking did. Bray Wyatt needed to win this match to look like a threat since he's feuding with Randy Orton. I get what you did, I guess, where you want to have Randy Orton get one over on Bray Wyatt, but you could have done that after the match. Bray Wyatt needed this win. Bray Wyatt is a fucking joke. Like, how can you take this guy fucking seriously when all he does is lose? All he fucking does is he doesn't win any matches. He's a fucking joke and a half. And I can't stand it. Bray Wyatt's a fucking joke, and he's gonna be a joke, and that's just the way it is. He's always been a joke. And it's just sad, you know. And I literally just had this conversation with one of my friends, and I'm thinking about making a video with him. Bray Wyatt's character makes no sense. You know, his spider walk makes no sense, where you can just kick the guy. You know, it was creepy when he did it first time, but he does it every match now. And a lot of the stuff that he does just doesn't make any sense. So I don't really know. Bray Wyatt just needs to I don't even know. Like, it's just bad. And then we had the next match. I believe it was I think it was Heath Slater and Rhino versus the Usos in the finals for the SmackDown's tag team titles. I like this match. I like the storyline that they did with Heath Slater, because when the draft happened, he was the only one that didn't get drafted, so they turned it into a storyline. Everyone started this trend, hashtag sign Heath Slater. So the deal was that if he could win this SmackDown tag team titles, he would get signed to a contract. And I love the dynamics with him and Rhino. I think it's hilarious. They were talking about how if they win, they're gonna install like a big pool. They don't have to use the community pool anymore. And I like how when they were saying that they was gonna train with his kids, he said, "I can't do that. That's child abuse. I could get arrested for that." I thought that was hilarious. And this match was good. It was a good tag team match. I liked it. I actually wasn't sure if they were gonna win the tag titles. I thought the Usos were gonna win it since they just turned heel, so either team could have won it. And Rhino gourds one of the Usos, and Heath Slater pins him for the victory. And it was good. I liked it. It was jolly good. You know, people are pissed about it. I get it, because the Usos just turned heel and you had them lose this match. However, you did build up the storyline where Heath Slater had to win, and it wouldn't have made sense if he lost, because then it's like, well, where do you really go? He can't come back from that. And I don't think they're going to be champions for a long time. I could see them dropping the belts either this week on Smackdown, which is tomorrow, it's just tomorrow. Or they could drop the belts at No Mercy, which is the SmackDown's next pay-per-view. So I don't think they're going to be tag team champions for very long. So then we had the next match, the main event. It was AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Championship. And this main event was built up good. You know, you had AJ Styles, who came off his momentum from beating John Cena fair and square, and now he's calling himself the face that runs the place. And he's coming out now with that armband that Cena has, the Never Give Up armband, and I love it. You know, I love the fact that he's doing that. And then AJ Styles faces Dean Ambrose, and he wants the WWE World Championship. And then you have this thing kind of going on that was weird where they were doing low blows to each other. AJ Styles says that he wants the big trophy. He wants the WWE World Championship. And Dean Ambrose says, well, you're going to have to take it from me because I ain't going to hand it to you and all that. So it was good. And the match itself was a really good match. It was not a 5-star match, but a really good main event. I enjoyed it. It was great. I thought it was great. I thought both men really worked hard out there. I would say this match was better than the match they had on Raw a few months ago. And AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose really went back and forth. I didn't really know who was going to win. And you had Dean Ambrose just pull out all the stops. He was hitting neck breakers. He was hitting fisherman suplexes, butterfly suplexes. You had AJ Styles do whatever it took to win. He dominated a good portion of this match. And AJ Styles got him in the calf crusher, and then Ambrose got to the ropes. And I like how he went right back into the calf crusher. He didn't stop. He just went right back into it. And the way Ambrose got out of it by slamming his head on the ground was cool. And yeah, Dean Ambrose just really go off on him. Hit a dive on the outside. Hit a dive off the tables into the barricade. And then hit an elbow outside the ring. And you really just couldn't believe that both these guys could have won. So then the referee, when Ambrose is going for a dirty deeds, the referee takes a bump. So then AJ Styles sees this, and you have him hit a low blow on Dean Ambrose and hit the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is the new fucking WWE World Champion. Fucking awesome. It was definitely something that needed to happen. I liked Ambrose. Lately I haven't really dug him as much. I don't know what it is about Ambrose. I do like the guy. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's good on the mic. It just lately he hasn't been that interesting to me. It was really since WrestleMania his match flopped, and I was just like, then his match at Extreme Rules flopped, then his match, and it just lately seems like I thought he had gotten lazy, and then he finally won the title, and he was kind of doing some good things, but his character's just bland too. I think he needs a character change. And it's just like, I think he was just bland. I think he needs to kind of reinvent himself. Maybe he can keep this gimmick but do something different, because it just feels like he doesn't really take anybody seriously either. He just kind of is so goofy about stuff. We have him talking about shit, and it's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. So, and you had to have AJ Styles win because he just beat John Cena at SummerSlam. You needed to capitalize on that momentum. He had this wave of momentum coming to this matchup. You could not have him lose. It would have been all for nothing. So you had to have Dean Ambrose win this. You had to have AJ Styles win the WWE World Championship, and you built up an 8-month push. You had AJ Styles, who's been built up to get this title ever since pretty much after WrestleMania. You had him turn heel, and I think he's going to be a great heel champion. Now the problem is, who the fuck does he wrestle? I know he's got Dean Ambrose. He can have a rematch with him. He can have a match with Dolph Ziggler. I guess he can have a match with, Apollo Crews. But I don't think he's ready for that main event spot yet. Kalisto, fuck no. I would like to see him wrestle for the title, but it's like, what? But it'd be like, it would just be random. You could do, who else? Randy Orton, but he's currently injured and in a feud at the moment. So there's a ton of people he could wrestle. There's not a lot of people he could wrestle. They don't have, SmackDown has no baby faces, so they really need to build up some baby faces. They need to do something. They need to get some baby faces over to SmackDown. And it's Cena he could wrestle, but Cena's off TV at the moment, so we would have to wait and see what could happen. So overall, I thought Backlash was a fine show. I didn't think it was anything great, but I didn't think it was really good, but it was fine. I think I liked they had all the right people win their matches except for Bray Wyatt. It definitely flowed very well. It had some good wrestling on it. You had history making moments where they was the first SmackDown champions being crowned. You had AJ Styles win the WWE World Championship. You had I'm really trying to think what else I liked about this show. It wasn't long. You know, it was an easy show to sit through. It was only a 2-hour show, which is I like. You know, it wasn't 3 hours. It was a 2-hour show. It was a nice short show to sit through. And I didn't get bored or anything watching it. You know, the match of the night, I'd say, was, that's a tough call. I would say maybe the main event, but the Intercontinental Championship match was also a good match. You know, so I liked watching this show. It was good. It was fine. You know, it was just fine. It wasn't good, wasn't bad, but fine. You know, I don't know though how SmackDown's gonna fail. They need to get some baby faces though. Just from what I saw on this show, they need something. SmackDown needs baby faces. They need more of a roster. I think SmackDown does not look like it's even close to competing with Raw. So they need to kind of get some more baby faces. But other than that, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to make sure you guys stay tuned, because right after this, I am going to be posting my Raw review from tonight. So make sure you guys check that out, and I will be back shortly. Oh, and make sure you subscribe to my channel too, because that's the reason why my channel gets no subscribers, because I always forget to make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Fortune 44. I am going to be talking about all types of stuff. I'm going to be talking about Raw from tonight. I plan on talking about SmackDown from Tuesday, and I plan on talking about the Cruiserweight Classics over the weekend. I'm going to watch those, and I'm going to be, reviewing it. I think I'm just going to do it all in one video, and make sure you guys check that stuff out, because I really want to make an effort. The Aftershock Corner is coming on Friday, but I really want to try to make a huge comeback to YouTube. I know I'm not the most popular guy on this channel. I'm on this YouTube channel. I'm probably the least most popular YouTube channel in the world. But I really want to rebuild this channel, because it'd just be awesome. You know, at least get to 500 subscribers, and then maybe work my way up to 1,000 in 2017. So make sure you guys do that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll talk to you later.